Hey Scorpio, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing your May 2025 Tarot and Oracle reading. Hello. Sorry that I have my sunglasses on. My eyes are still healing. There was a bad eye infection and now they're on the mend, but they're very sensitive to light. So I appreciate you bearing with me while I'm looking too cool for school today. So we're going to start with getting an affirmation card. This is from the Mutter deck. It comes with a physical hand gesture as well to kind of empower the message. And for those of you who may have difficulty with the hand gesture, you also have a verbal affirmation. So this hand gesture just goes like this, and it's level-headedness, be wise. Interesting. This is the picture on it. The affirmation goes like this: tranquility and inner wisdom characterize my life. Tranquility and inner wisdom characterize my life. This gesture of greeting activates brain activity and brings inner composure, Scorpio. This mudra opens the door to inner calm and thus to one's inner source of strength, healing, wisdom, and joy. Let your breathing become slow and deep. I love that for you, actually. All right, so we're going to get right into our messages. We're only going to take the cards that fly out for you, Scorpio, and if you could please hit that like button, that would mean so much. Thank you. I feel like it's good juju for you, good juju for me. If you'd like for me to pray for you, if you'd like other Scorpios and cross watchers alike to pray for you, simply say hi in the comments section below. It's one of those channels. Even if it's an emoji or something, it just represents your energy, something that we can focus all of our love and our light, our good energy on. All right, what's coming towards our Scorpio? So first card out, we only take the cards that fly out and choose to be part of this conversation, this message, is the Emperor. So the Emperor rules by example. The Emperor rules with confidence. It's a healthy ruler. Let's get some more out here. Scorpio for May 2025. We have leaving something behind that at one point you cared very much about, but you're taking it on faith. That what you're moving towards is actually going to be far better. We have the Queen of Swords, who's an individual here, could be an air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. They don't have to be. They oftentimes play, who's this Queen of Swords? We've got some big stuff in May for you. Wow. The wheel turns in your favor. Good things are coming. People are approaching you in your reading. People are very much a part of your reading. Others are a part of your reading. Bear with me while I unpack this a little further. So what you're going towards, and it requires you to leave something else behind, right? What you're going towards actually holds a lot of promise, a lot of success. What's this Emperor card? Yeah. So I think that this is an interesting thing. Some of you guys have dealt with a boss that you had to draw a boundary with. This is not going to be everybody's message, but I do have to say this for somebody out there. Things weren't making progress. Specifically, you weren't maybe getting enough understanding or making enough income from them. And it was causing disruption or a sense of lack within your family, disrupting the harmony. And it was basically out of alignment with what you wanted to, the harmony that you wanted to build for your future. And so we've got the Justice card coming out along with the Hanged Man. This has reached a point where you had to be the change that you want to see in the world, and that's what you're leaving. So that is a really strong message coming through for some of you guys. And for those of you that it's not really necessarily another boss who you can point a finger at, this is simply the authority that you have to take in order to redirect you and possibly your family back into a place that is happy, essentially, because there's been this sense of not making enough or making ends meet, feeling maybe a desperate sense of scarcity. or lack in an area, and it just wasn't moving. It just was stalemate, stagnant, the hangman upside down. And so you can only go for so long before you're like, something's got to give. So we've got the Justice card, and this is a very righteous change that you're making. And I feel that that might be one of the most important messages coming through in your tarot reading, is really just the confirmation that the change that you'd be making here, what you'd be leaving, is leading you away from this destitute place, this way from this scarcity and towards victory. And it's actually more so, it's even a fair call. It's a fair call. So something that, now I don't know if it was work for all of you guys. This is just a scenario that you were invested in that you're no longer, you got to change it up, and you're going to have great success when you do that. Now karma's playing with you. Now you're playing with, the moment you do this, you are now working with karma, you're working with the wheel. All this stuff feels like big destiny stuff. So don't be surprised if there's some serendipity, if there's like, you're paying attention to, you see 1111 and, 1001 and all those angel numbers, if you're paying attention to synchronicities and stuff like that, because you seem to be collaborating now with flow, essentially. When you were feeling this, the stagnant energy, things not moving forward, a misalignment with possibly family or yourself, your sense of well-being and happiness in the future, you're like telling yourself, I can't see how this is going to pan out well for me in the future. And that sense of lack, the Five of Pentacles, all that is going against flow, right? Something wasn't quite right. So you change it up, you leave it. Immediately, things start to pop off. You start to have some victory in some area, some successes in an area. And even before those successes, you might even feel a sense of relief. You might feel a sense of flow. So then I think that you got this Queen of Swords energy here. It could be you playing this role, or it could be another individual. But I will explain to you that the energy of the Queen of Swords is not an emotional energy. It's very much level-headedness. It is very aware of boundaries. It's very aware of strategy, information. It's fact-based. And from this place, which can be a very logical place to make some changes, it's called in this karmic movement of the big wheel of fortune. And so this is good things coming towards you, Scorpio. I love this reading for you. It's actually really quite positive. And you are getting confirmation that you are very effectively in May 2025, you are manifesting some big things. And when I say big, I mean big, because we have the Judgment card next. And the Judgment card, you see it's like this angel blowing this trumpet, and these people are rising up from their graves. And that is kind of the rise of the phoenix. From the ashes come the phoenix, the phoenix. What is the story of the phoenix? That burns up, right? And from the ashes, it rises up, and it's like, and stronger and better than ever, right? So there's this, and I know some of you guys actually know that story way better, and feel free to chime in the comments below and build on that. I'm rushing through it, but just to get the next cards. But you probably know, if you know more, please share with the group. We have this compassionate energy coming forward with the Queen of Cups. Now, cups represent the water signs oftentimes. Now, this could be your energy. It could be a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. But it's really just a compassionate energy that's doubling down. This fork in the road is showing them what they've built so far, how they want to continue. Do they want to make some tweaks? They don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. What's coming next? Well, you're very, very in tune with your intuition. What I like about this is that nothing's going to your head and to your ego. And it's so funny. Level-headedness, be wise. So these successes that come, I think you're taking them head on, so to speak, in a very balanced way. And you're kind of being like, okay, that was great. That went well. What else? What's next? What's next? And you're using your intuition. So what I'm seeing here is you're not making decisions from a place of emotion or overloaded in that place of emotion or ego. You're making decisions from a place of what is practical information, and then your intuition, which is really interesting because it's like here and here, or excuse me, here and here. I always think of this as your emotions. So here and here, it's like you're kind of really strong in those places right now. Let's get an oracle card. I want to get some direction from the Divine Feather Messenger deck. For my Scorpio in May 2025, we have: be bold and confident, use all of your resources to create your dreams, and you are doing that in May. This has got a real divine nature to it. It feels meant to be. And I feel like in reflection, in your past, this scarcity, this is almost like hitting a bottom of sorts that you had to hit because it gave you the strength to go in this direction. Okay, so what's next for my Scorpio? What to say yes to? Let's say that. What does my Scorpio say yes to? Yeah, Nine of Cups. This is improvements and happiness that you've created. Say yes to that happiness. You've got really good cards coming your way. I love it. Scorpio, what do we say yes to? Page of Swords. All right, let's unpack that a little bit. Judgment. Interesting. So that big change that I'm talking about, where I was like, Rise of the Phoenix, it's a big change. It's a leveling up. It's an evolution in your life. This is an interesting twist to it. It seems to be connected to a fresh idea, fresh communications. One could possibly connect this with a naivety or gullibility. Like it could be something that you first see drifting along your social media reels, or a friend says, oh, did you know that there's this program, and I've never heard of it before, but you could take advantage of this program. It's like this fresh idea, this fresh information that falls in your lap. And there's a lot of enthusiasm that it carries. There's a lot of charisma, enthusiasm. It's important to fact find, and that's why I love that you've got the Queen of Swords. Whether this is you or somebody else, it's just great that this energy is showing up, because this is a fact finder. This is somebody who has no BS, is all about getting down to brass tacks, and whether it's you or somebody else, they're watching your back. So I love that, because we have all this fresh energy, this fresh information that is carrying you the opportunity of this big change. And you want to make sure that that is a stable opportunity, that you're making stable decisions and all that, despite all of the freshness of this. Do you know what I mean? Right? So you can say yes to this, but it's like, keep your eyes peeled, pay attention, because I feel, like I said, there's this divine nature to everything changing. And so if you feel a little more inquisitive or curious or enthusiastic and inspired than usual, go with it and see where it's leading you. All right, I hope that was helpful, my friends. Take good care. Bye-bye.